Hello and welcome to the Tacticool channel. I'm your host, as always, Tacticool, working every day to bring you the best guns, gear, and knife channel available on YouTube. And today's video is going to be a knife review of the Benchmade Triage 915S. I've had this knife for about 2 months now. Been EDCing it every day. So far, I really like the knife. This is my first Benchmade experience, so they tend to be a little pricey, out of my range. I normally like to spend $60 is about the top of the mark of what I like to spend. Much more than that, I get worried about things falling out of my pocket and whatnot. But I was able to get this through my work, so I said, you know what the heck, we'll go ahead and take a chance on it. So as you'll notice, first off, I got the black version. G10 handles are extremely grippy. The G10 scales. Extremely grippy. Like I was so surprised at how grippy this was. So let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, the features of the knife, and then we'll get into the other stuff. The S stands for serrations. So I have the 915S. So first you have the main blade. Then you have this hook, and I have a lot of experiences with these hooks. I have these a lot for work. The 7 hooks, absolutely love them, and that's what made me decide to try this knife out. And then you also have a carbide tip here at the end for breaking glass. So let's go ahead and take a talk about the blade. The blade length is 3.5 inches long. The steel is N680, and it's supposed to have a Rockwell hardness of 57 to 59. This is a modified sheep's foot blade, or just sheep's foot blade. My apologies. Has this slightly, no, that's just flat ground. Now, if you watch some videos on it, I think Nothing Fancy complained about his not being sharp. I got mine in spring of 2014. And they must have hammered out that problem, or mine's just exceptional, because this thing came razor sharp out of the box. This is just a really good knife. Has their proprietary lock here. Took a little bit of getting used to. It's not a bad lock. I just, like I said, never encountered a Benchmade before that I had owned, so it took a little getting used to. But now that I'm used to it, I like it a lot. Simple to use. You have ambidextrous thumb studs here on the blade, so you lefties aren't left out in the cold on that one. Pretty quick, and you can also shake that out if you wanted to. You know, up to you, however it's coming out of your pocket. It does have a pocket clip here. Like I've said before, I don't use pocket clips, not a fan of them, but man, the retention on this one is super stiff. It's for tip-up carry, right hand. You can't switch it over to the left side, so that this is, like I said, true ambidextrous knife, so you lefties aren't out in the cold. Blade lockup, up and down, left and right, is solid, absolutely rock solid. Has this flow through, let's see if we can catch that on the camera, has this flow through design, which is nice. I like a lot. The reason why this would be this sheep's foot blade is this is intended for like medical personnel, like EMS, EMTs, paramedics, things like that. That way you can just slide under something without worrying about stabbing them with your regular knife, and then slicing it off. So this is really good. And that's about, oh, here we go. We can talk about blade centering for a second. Like in some of the other videos, blade centering isn't 100% spot on. Mine skews a little to what would be my left, your right. Doesn't affect the deployment of the knife or anything like that, so I don't have a problem with it. The only time I get an issue with blade centering is if I notice it starts to affect deployment and things like that. Let me see here, what else? A little bit of jimping molded into the G10 here on the bottom, and then the finger troil. Makes it so that you can get a nice purchase on a knife. No complaints there. No jimping on the spine of the blade. But again, I'm okay with that. I'm not out there trying to do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rescue hook. As you can see, it has a little bit of jimping here as well. It doesn't lock. It's just there. As you can hear, though, it has pretty strong detent. Not an issue for me. I don't care that this doesn't lock up. But there is something that I do care about, and that's the side-to-side wiggle. That's a lot of play in that hook. I'm worried that if you did put a little bit of strain on it, it would break. But these hooks are razor sharp. Like they cut through belts, seat belts like they're butter. Can't recommend these highly enough. I have, I think, 3 of the just rescue cutters, and they're worth their weight in gold. Again, has this thumb stud on there, easy deployment. And then there's this, the carbide glass breaker. I haven't been fortunate enough, or I have been fortunate enough to where I didn't have to use it, and I haven't bothered to go out to a junkyard or anything and try it. But I would believe it. It can also be used as an impact device if you wanted to do like less than lethal. Although if I'm to the point where I have my knife out anyway, I'm not bothering with it. But you know, some people that might be a thing. So let's go ahead and talk about methodology use. As I already said, EMT, EMS, paramedics. My job is an athletic trainer, so this is something good for athletic trainers. If you don't know what an athletic trainer is, go look it up. They're pretty handy people to have around. Let me think here. Navy corpsmen, sheepdogs, for Constitution law enforcement. This is just an overall good blade. You could use it as a defensive role, but as you can see from the sheep's foot, not going to be the best stabber. It's just a slashing weapon at that point. So I don't know how much I would want to use it for that. Although, like I've said before, any knife can be used as a defensive purpose if you really needed it to. So what am I going to rate this knife? Well, hold on. First, we got to talk about the price. We didn't even talk about that. So, like most Benchmades, you're paying a pretty premium price, and you're getting your money's worth. But again, like I said before, you know, fell out of my pocket, I'd be upset. This knife retails, or well, it doesn't retail. You can get it on Amazon for $143. Was the cheapest I could find. Sorry about the lawnmower noise. I couldn't take being in the house anymore, so I went outside and filming outside. And of course, it's all quiet all day, and then as soon as I go outside to film, everybody decides it's time to cut their grass. But $143 is the cheapest I could find it on Amazon. I would say that it's worth that price, but I wouldn't pay more than that. Just by virtue of that I'm cheap when it comes to knives like that. $143 is pretty much the top of the mark for me. I ended up getting it a little cheaper than that because I bought it as part of a bulk order. I got it for $110. But like I said, I wouldn't try to find that price anywhere. $143 seems pretty good. So out of 10, what am I going to rate this knife? I'm going to go ahead and rate it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason it's not getting a 10 out of 10 is because of the play in this rescue hook here. They locked that play up in there. And also, I got to take a little bit off for the blade centering. So if they took care of the blade centering and the play in the rescue hook, it'd be 10 out of 10. But 9 out of 10 for this. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can be the first to view my videos as they become available. Until next time, tack out.